What's going on, y'all? Happy Thursday and welcome back to the JuiceBox presented by LOCKCITY. You got Whitey here today. It's going to be episode 252, I believe now, and we're going to be doing a continuation of the Battle of the Bots PGL Bucharest, this time looking forward into the quarterfinals. But without further ado, let's do a quick recap. We'll cover what happened in PGL Bucharest action today, as well as our results, and then we'll just get into some quarterfinal picks here. So in terms of overall overview of the tournament, we had 8 teams obviously that moved on into the playoffs. The 2-2 teams ended up playing today, so the 3 matches that occurred today. Aurora ended up beating Astralis. Astralis didn't have device, they were playing with their coach. Aurora ended up squeaking by 2-1. Gamer Legion blew by Gentlemates. I thought that would be a hell of a lot closer. Gamer Legion won that 2-0. And then Legacy blew past FlyQuest. They 2-0 them as well. So the 8 teams that are making it into the playoffs here are going to be Pain Gaming, Heroic, Bait, Team Liquid, Saw, Aurora, Gamer Legion, and Legacy. What that looks like in terms of a playoff visual, we'll scroll down. It's going to look exactly like this down below here. So Pain plays Legacy. The winner of Pain and Legacy is going to play the winner of Saw and Liquid in the semifinals. The loser obviously goes home. And then down below here, Bait and Aurora. The winner of Bait and Aurora is going to take on the winner of Gamer Legion and Heroic in the semis. Those 2 losers go home. And then the 4 teams that make the semifinals are going to be there until Saturday as well. Our quarterfinals and our semifinals are going to take place tomorrow. We'll hop over to the schedule in a second here. But as long as you make the semifinals, you're also going to play either in the grand final or the 3rd place matchup. What that looks like here in terms of schedule for a visual. So tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, depending on where you're located in the world, games are going to kick off at 4 o'clock. So we're going to have 2 quarterfinals going on at a time here, 2 taking place at 4 and then 2 taking place at 7. The winners of those teams, the winners of those games, those teams are going to then directly play at 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock. So the winner of the 4 o'clock games, obviously those 2 winners play here, and the winners of the 7 o'clock games, those 2 winners play here. The 4 teams that lose go home, and then those teams are locked in. They're also going to play on Saturday in either the 3rd place decider or the grand final. Some of these teams, or maybe just one of them, most noteworthy Pain, has to also get to IEM Chengdu. Their opening match against Spirit is this Sunday or Monday, whenever Chengdu starts, all the way in China. So they're going to have a really quick turnaround time if they end up beating Legacy here. I'm expecting them to, well, hopefully, and we'll get into that in a second. I think that one's probably a 50-50. But let's hop over to Thunderpick now. Let's see what we have on the board for tomorrow, and let's scope out these winners that I got for y'all. For those of you that watch the videos regularly, you know that all of the odds that will be discussed in today's video will be on Thunderpick.io, which is one of the top books in the world for esports betting. You can deposit on Thunderpick using crypto, credit card, Apple Pay, Visa Debit, or via their new gift card deposit, which allows you to purchase and deposit a Thunderpick gift card amount directly to your balance. And Thunderpick has lines for all of your favorite esports, including but not limited to CS2, League, Dota, Valorant, Overwatch, COD, Fortnite, Rocket League, and so much more. If you visit tinyurl.com/LOCKCITYTP, you can get a 100% deposit match on your first deposit all the way up to $600 or whatever the equivalent is in your local currency. Any amount that you deposit up to $600 will get immediately matched by Thunderpick for you to be able to use for your esports picks. We've obviously been super profitable on CS2, but with that deposit bonus, you can always try your luck with some of your other favorites with that free money to play with. That's tinyurl.com/LOCKCITYTP for a 100% deposit bonus at Thunderpick up to $600. Alrighty, so we're going to have 4 plays here on the board for tomorrow. Firstly, before we do, very important that we talk about P&L, even though things aren't going our way here. So profit and loss so far for PGL Bucharest. We are unfortunately 6-10 overall, and we're down 6.17 units. So this, as of right now, as it stands right now, it's looking to break our 5 tournament streak of profit, but we're not going to let that happen. So getting into tomorrow, we have 4 plays on the board here for tomorrow. 2 are going to be singles, 1's going to be a 2-leg parlay, and then I'm throwing 1 unit on all 4 of them as a flyer. So the first one that we're going to talk about is going to be Bait and Aurora as a single. So Bait and Aurora looked like a mess today. They weren't able to get past Astralis. Astralis was playing with their coach. I don't know why this is taking so long to load here. But I don't think that they're... Wow, this is taking forever. But I don't think they're going to have a very easy time against Bait here tomorrow. I think Bait's coming in this with a chip on their shoulder. If Aurora wasn't able to get past Astralis very convincingly today, I don't trust them at all coming into this tomorrow. In terms of maps that I think that Bait could potentially have an edge or be competitive on, obviously Mirage. I think Dust 2 could probably be close as well. I think Inferno would be close. Train, I obviously give the edge to Aurora. I think that Bait would win Overpass, so we're not going to see either Nuke or Ancient here. Just based on form, how these teams have been playing, how this tournament has been in terms of underdogs, I'm going Bait here on the money line. Bait is a 2-unit play, 2.15 times our money. 2 units is going to pay 4.3 units. The other single, we'll just talk about the singles first. So the other single here is going to be Pain Gaming against Legacy. Like I said just prior to the ad break there, I think this one is probably the closest to a 50-50 of each of these 4 that are on the slate here for today. This is abysmal in terms of internet. I don't know. I've never really had internet issues like this on a video before. There we go. The latency is horrible. Alrighty, so scrolling down here, very close to a 50-50. It looks like the public's liking Legacy on this. And that could just be coming out of the last tournament. They won a BO5. They ended up beating 3D Max in the grand final there. They're, I guess, more or less a little bit more playoff tested than Pain is. And Pain obviously does have that quick turnaround time to Chengdu as well. Pain has won each of the last 3 matchups between these 2 squads. Obviously, that goes back all the way to 2024, so not very relevant. Crazy that these teams haven't played each other, given the fact that they're both from Brazil. They haven't played each other in over a year now. But I do give the edge to Pain here. I think that Pain's going to take care of business. I like their form recently. I'm very scared for my Spirit Boys now at IM Chengdu based on how Pain has been playing in this tournament. But I'm going to be going Pain on the money line. I have no reason to not go Pain on the money line. Again, I do think this one is probably the closest to a 50-50 on this slate here. But I'm going to go Pain. 2 units, 2.10 times your money is going to pay 4.2 units. The next one that we're going to talk about is going to be a little bit of a 2-legger. That's going to be Heroic and Liquid, both on the money line. So one at 4 o'clock, one at 7 o'clock. Heroic, I do think beats Gamer Legion. Gamer Legion, every time I try and trust them in this tournament, they give me reasons not to. And then on the Liquid side of things, Liquid should blow through SAW. I know SAW had a competitive Swiss stage or group stage, whatever you want to call it. But this is playoffs now. When push comes to shove, Liquid should be the better team there. First thing, we'll talk about Heroic and Gamer Legion. This public consensus is not what I would have thought. I thought this would be a little bit heavier on Heroic. The 42% here, I think, are a little bit delusional, or they're just Gamer Legion fans. But Gamer Legion, throughout this whole tournament, for those of you that have been following, they have not given us a reason to trust them whatsoever. I'm going to be going with Heroic here on the money line as a first leg. I think Heroic can win Inferno. I think they can win Nuke. I think they win Overpass. I think they win Ancient. We're not going to see Train. We're not going to see Mirage. And Gamer Legion might win Dust 2, but they have to win 2 maps to win the series. It's not going to happen. We're going Gamer Legion on the money line. Second leg there is going to be Liquid against SAW. 7 o'clock Eastern time. Obviously, again, another best of 3. Liquid 70% consensus. I would have to agree. I would say probably even closer to 80% that they win this matchup. I just don't see them losing to SAW in the playoffs. Dust 2 is going to be close. Nuke's going to be close. Train's going to be close. But I think Liquid can take Dust 2. I think they would take Inferno. I think they would take Ancient. And the likelihood that we see both Nuke and Train is probably slim to none. Give me Liquid here on the money line. This one's probably going to be sweaty. I don't love the odds at 1.38. But I am taking Liquid here. Liquid on the money line. Parlaying that with Heroic. 2 units here. 2.27 times your money is going to pay 4.53, 4.54 units roughly. And then the last leg last parlay that we're going to do here, we're going to throw all 4 legs together. We're going to go Bait, we're going to go Heroic, we're going to go Liquid, and we're going to go Pain. This one here, just going to be 1 unit. 1 unit, 10.28 times your money is going to pay 10.27-ish roughly units. This is in crypto, so obviously some of these fluctuate. When I placed it at $100, the price of ETH has since marginally gone down, so this got affected as such. But we're going to go 1 unit, 10.28 times your money, pays 10.28 units. My brain was fried there for a moment. And those are going to be the 4 plays that we have here for tomorrow. So 3 2-unit plays, 1 1-unit play. If we hit all of these, obviously we're well into the profit. If we can find a way to squeak a couple of them, gain some profit here on the day, that would be excellent going into the semifinals and then the grand final. Obviously for the semifinal picks, those are going to have to be in the Discord. We're not going to have enough time to do a turnaround between videos, between the quarterfinal and the semifinal. Tomorrow is also Halloween. I doubt a lot of you would want to watch it tomorrow. You probably have shit going on. But nonetheless, if you are a Discord user, join up at the bottom of the page here. Discord.gg/LockCITY. 100% free. Come cash out with us. We'll have all of our picks there for the semifinal, and then for the grand final posted in the Discord there. Like the video if you like the content you've been getting. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Follow us if you're on Twitter, and we'll see y'all back here for some more CS. The I Am Chengdu video is already out, so if you haven't watched that already, I will link it here at the end of the video for you to click on and go watch. That starts on Sunday, Monday, depending on where you're located. Thank y'all for listening. Take care. Peace.